Amber, welcome to the Philippines.
Thank you.
I've seen the movie last night, and
did?
yes,
Oh,
Mira is such a strong female character, and you've made a lot of women around the world proud with that. So
Thank you
my
so
question for you is, when you look back at your life right now, for the past years that you've been alive, what was the proudest moment in your life as a woman? What was the thing?
You know, I think that that's a great question, and I think upon reflection, I'd have to say that the things that I'm the most proud of, the things that sit with me, the things that I'm most proud of in my life are strangely not what you would expect. I'm proud to be in this movie. I'm proud to be in the movies I've made. I'm proud to have an opportunity to participate in life in the area in the way that I am. But the things that I'm most proud of in my life, in looking back, are the things that I stood up for, the things that I did because they were right, and not only the things that I did because they were right, or stood up for because they were right. It was the things that I fought for because they were right despite what it cost me personally. And that, to me, those moments when it really cost me the most to do what was right and was the hardest, but I did it anyway, those are the moments that I'm most proud of and get the most from, in reflection. And weirdly, I do share that in common with my character. It's one of the things I really liked about this character is not just that she was strong and motivated, opinionated, will-driven, fierce, kick-ass. It was also, she has this element of, she's a finely tuned moral compass, a deeply ingrained sense of right and wrong. And more than that, she acts on it. She takes action. And she sees a problem, she sees something that needs to be done, she does it. She doesn't, even when it costs her personally, she does and fights for what's right. So her sense of duty, her sense of obligation and responsibility to something bigger than herself is one that I share with her.
Now let's talk about off-cam. During the filming of Aquaman, you've shared in numerous interviews that Jason would tear off the last pages in your books.
Yes.
So aside from that, what was like the best prank he ever pulled on you?
Oh, we had so many good ones. We have a great rapport, he and I. He's like a huge little brother or something. Like he loves poking fun. He loves teasing. He just basically just can't stand being ignored. That's it. And I am very quiet on set. I'm a bookworm. I just like to read my book, and that's the opposite. It's like a perfect recipe for disaster because it's the opposite of what he likes to do. And when we were, stuck in these situations, like where we were suspended in the air and we don't have a lot of mobility, him hiding my book when I was about to finish it would be so frustrating. But also it's endearing, I mean, there are so many, but the banter that we have between us is pretty organic. You can see it in the movie and off camera too.
Now, what are your plans for 2019?
I'm really looking forward to kind of being more involved there's some projects that I'm looking at, and that's really exciting for me. But in general, my plans go beyond just filming movies. I am very busy on the other side of things as an activist, as somebody who's participant in the conversation, and I just really look forward to in 2019 making sure that the momentum of a lot of these social movements that we've seen sweep across the world in such an impactful way, making sure that momentum isn't lost and that energy is maintained, and that we're continuing to push the narrative forward and continuing to fight for representation, for inclusion, for diversity, for all of the things that I think are important, and politically and in the entertainment industry as well.
Yes, it's great that you think that you have that obligation to use your voice for the greater good. Now, if you were to talk to young Filipino girls out there who look up to you, especially after seeing this movie, what would your message to them be?
To do it. to do it themselves. No one's going to change it for you. No one's going to change things to make the workplace more fair. No one's going to, your boss isn't going to just raise your salary to match that of your male counterparts who make much more than you and will make more than you. Same with hiring. They're not going to just change hiring practices. We're not going to see more roles just be given to women that more accurately portray some of the wide, varied, nuanced elements of the female perspective. We can't ask for these things to be given to us. We do it ourselves. You have to stand up and fight for it from a really early age. You have to ask for transparency in pay, in wage, with regards to wages. You have to fight for it to be enacted when it is unfair. You have to fight for pick up the pen, pick up the cameras, write the scripts. We need to be a part of the change, and we can't expect anyone to help us, because relying on men to do it for us has gotten us where, ladies?
Nicely put. And lastly, can you please say "I love you" in Filipino? I'll teach you how.
Okay.
It's mahal ko kayo.
Mahal ka kayo.
Mahal ko kayo.
Mahal ko kayo.
Yes.